everybody, my name is Jenna and today I'm going to be doing a movie review of Mary Poppins Returns. Mary Poppins Returns is the sequel to the 1964, I want to say, classic Mary Poppins, and it follows an older Jane and Michael Banks, and Mary Poppins comes back to take care of them and Michael's children after Michael's wife has passed away and he is in danger of losing his family home. It's such a good movie, guys. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's so good, it's brilliant, it's perfect, it's I don't even have the words. It's literally fantastic, amazing, practically perfect in every way. I really did love this film to pieces and I really hope that you guys have as well. This is going to be a spoiler-free review, so don't worry if you haven't yet seen the film. You can watch the entirety of this video without being spoiled. However, I do highly, highly, highly recommend that you see the movie because it is just that phenomenal. So like I said, Mary Poppins Returns follows Jane and Michael Banks, who are older now, and I believe the film is set in the 1930s, which is the Great Depression. And it follows Michael after his wife has died approximately a year ago, I think. His wife has died, and it follows him trying to take care of his 3 younger children, Annabelle, John, and Georgie Banks. Annabelle and John are twins, and they have basically grown up way too quickly for children of their age. So Mary Poppins, she returns, and she comes to bring joy to these children's lives and to help take care of the entire Banks family. Also joining her along the way is Jack, who is a lamplighter and was Bert's apprentice. So the storyline for Mary Poppins Returns is really fairly simple. It is quite literally just Michael trying to find money to save his home, these kids trying to help their dad find money to save the home, and Mary Poppins coming in and making sure that everyone is safe and happy and is living their best childhood life. I loved the storyline, I really did. It reminded me a lot of the original movie in that it was about these kids looking to look after their dad, but the one thing that this film did add in was this financial crisis, which actually works really, really well because it ties in with the fact that the film is set during the Depression era, and I loved that. I loved that little tie-in. It was something really clever and really well done. There were some other elements, and a lot of the elements you can see in the film are really paralleled with elements from the first movie. A lot of the songs seem to be relatively paralleled, but they also just happen to be their own thing, which is something really fun. We got to have another 2D animation sequence, which was fantastic, and I really loved to see that. We got to see some cool callbacks to the originals, including some returning characters, including a very particular cameo, and there were just a lot of things that Jane and Michael in particular would say that reminded me a lot of the original. Each of the characters felt really well rounded and felt like a continuation of the original film rather than these new characters who just happen to share the same name. Even though Mary Poppins is played by someone new, Emily Blunt does an incredible job of channeling the original Mary Poppins that Julie Andrews brought to life all those years ago, but also putting her own spin on it and really making the character her own. I said right from the beginning when they announced they were making a Mary Poppins sequel, right from the beginning I was super hesitant because Mary Poppins is one of my favorite films of all time, and I was a little bit like, I don't know about this. Then they cast Emily Blunt as Mary Poppins, and I immediately went, if anyone can pull this off, it's gonna be her, and she does. She pulls it off brilliantly. The actors that they got to play the elder Jane and Michael Banks were perfect. They reminded me a lot of the kids that they once were, but it was also obvious that they had grown up in relatively hard times. I mean, they grew up with this war, with the First World War, and now they're living in the Depression era. Jane is working for Spruce, which is a society for the protection of something about underpaid employers, but basically she is doing, but pretty much what I loved about that was it was a callback to the fact that her mother was a suffragette, and just little things like that are just perfect. We actually had a side romance in this movie, which personally I love so much and I would very much like more of. Please Disney, please, please, please just give me like a short, like I just need something more to tell me that they're actually gonna be a thing. So that's leading into spoiler territory, but like you see the movie, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about and why. 3 kids, John, Annabelle, and Georgie Banks, were so cute. They were just adorable. They really, really were. John was trying so hard to, you know, be the man of the family really because his dad was so worried about everything. So John was really trying to step up. Annabelle was the cutest, and this is gonna sound so weird, like I love her voice. Like I love her voice. She doesn't stop in some of the songs and it's just like, I love your voice. It's so cute. And then of course Georgie Banks. Georgie was too adorable for words. Like literally he is the cutest little cucumber. I love him so much and I want a Georgie Banks of my own. Jack was also a really great character in that he reminded me a lot of Bert, but once again he had his own special spin on him and it was something that I love to see. And he was the one who had a romance with someone else. I'm not gonna say who, but like I'm into it. I love it so much. I need it to happen. We also got some new characters in this film in the form of Topsy and the Balloon Lady. The Balloon Lady reminded me a lot of the Bird Lady from the first film. We got to see some people from the bank, because the bank is still a thing, the Fidelity Fiduciary Bank. I just love it. I loved it so much. Ellen was still around. So if you guys watched the original, you remember Ellen was the kitchen maid. Ellen's still there, which is fantastic. She's obviously played by someone a little different now. She's played by Julie Walters, who did a perfect job. So I loved everything about the film. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. The music was perfect. The music was something I was like, all right, these songs have to, they have to nail these songs, because the songs in the original are so iconic. I mean, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Spoonful of Sugar, Let's Go Fly a Kite, like all of those songs are so iconic. And I was like, they need to match them. They need to do so well. They did. We had some songs sung by Jack. We had some songs sung by Mary Poppins and Jack in lieu of Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We had one song that I was like, we had a song that has now been nominated for an Oscar, I think. Was it the Oscars it got nominated for, or the Golden Globes? It got nominated for something really big, The Place Where Lost Things Go. I'm obsessed with that song. But I also cannot listen to Nowhere to Go But Up, which is the final song, which reminds me a lot of Let's Go Fly a Kite. I can't listen to it without crying. Literally at the end of it as well, like when they stop singing, all of a sudden it's just like this instrumental, and the instrumental is Let's Go Fly a Kite. And I'm like, I literally cannot. I cannot. These songs were absolutely perfect. It was the perfect film to watch, and I loved this movie. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below if you have seen Mary Poppins Returns and what you thought, because I would absolutely love to know. Also let me know what your favorite song is, because I literally can't choose. I love them all way too much. If you like this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.